Hello and welcome. A while back, some of the reels caught my eye. One was about that intimacy is not about just sleeping together. What does it really mean? Every time, something about really deep seated relationship issues. And I found that this young lady actually was part of WiP. So I sent her a DM and said, send me your number immediately. And we connected, and it seemed like we were long lost friends. Welcome, Shruti Singh.
Thank you, Mandeep. Thank you for having me
That's how it
here.
was.
Yeah, that's how it was.
Then we just ended up chatting, and I said, you must come and let's have a conversation with you. So, Shruti is a relationship coach, and she was in corporate life for 10 years, and then she took a break and then got into this line that she is in. And she has a teenage kid, and she also looks after her in laws.
Yeah.
Shruti, what got you drawn into relationship coaching?
That's my backstory actually, Mandeep. So when
Okay,
I got married, it was a love marriage,
okay.
but still within couple of months, everything went haywire, and I was like, we were having so many arguments and issues, and I was like, what did I do? Even in love marriage, all this is happening, and I was taken aback. And at that point, obviously, my family supported me, his family supported him. But we were looking for somebody, a neutral professional person who can take us through our problems and discuss those with us. But I never found anybody. And that was something that hit me so hard that I couldn't get the help I was looking for when I was in so much problems and dilemma, what to do. And I think that's what stuck with me. And knowingly, unknowingly, throughout my corporate journey, also, and otherwise, also, I started helping people with their relationship issues. And then I realized it too late that I was unknowingly doing it for a while with my friends and with my colleagues also. So I think that's where it all started. And I never realized it till a couple of years ago when I thought of starting something again after a big long break. So I think that's what it stuck with me, and that's how it all happened.
I don't know how many of us will relate to this story, even if you've had love marriages. That the
Yeah,
initial period of adjustment, actually, you underestimate how much it is.
yeah,
These days, still girls are very well informed because there is so much self-help group and so
yeah,
many things written on social
absolutely.
media. But and you have a lot of celebrities who talk about it, right? Ups and downs,
Absolutely.
things like
Yeah.
that. So people are aware about it. But I mean, I can say that I've been married this year, it would be 31 years. So people
Wow.
do in the beginning need that thing. You're very
Yeah.
right. And thank you so much for being honest and sharing this because it means a lot to a lot of women. And, and I'm glad that you came out with it and said that, yes, this is what is required.
Yeah. And that is the only issue in this, Mandeep. People are still hesitant to talk about it. And they don't want to show the vulnerable side.
Yeah.
And that is why this is still needed so much, because people need help
Mhm.
and they are not accepting it and coming out with that. So I encourage all the women to please do that because it's required.
And there are small issues. Last night, I was meeting a very old friend of mine, and she mentioned that uh, one of her another friend who wasn't here, and she said that she went back overseas, and she's always had her way, and her husband managed to also find a job, even if he was laid off, because she just wanted to live overseas. And some of us came back to India, and she said my husband was very clear he's coming back to India, and मैंने भी कुछ नहीं बोला. I also came back. The way she said it was
Yeah.
was given. So, the issues which people are very clear about that this is my boundary, this is my career. People leave careers and they are, following spouses to different
Right.
lands. Some of them maintain long distance things. It's challenging. And I
Yeah.
think these are issues that people don't openly talk about, that how tough it is.
True. I am also in a long distance relationship. My husband is in Vietnam and
Oh,
I'm here in India, taking care of my mother-in-law and my daughter all alone here.
oh, so
So,
is it a choice that you made because your daughter couldn't study in school there?
no, actually, he went before Corona, couple of months before Corona. We were supposed to move with him, but then Corona happened and everything got stuck. And now my mother-in-law is not, she has a lot of health issues, so we really can't move now.
Okay.
So that's the, choice by force, but yeah. So I am managing it.
No, I understand because a lot of people go through this for the career reasons, and it's very hard on relationships
Yeah.
that people end up going through it. So tell me, where are you from? What was your childhood like? And like now that you're into relationship coaching, that
So I was born and brought up in Delhi only, Mandeep. Always a Delhi girl. Though I moved to Mumbai for good 8 years and I loved it there. My husband got posted. I was not working then. So I loved it. And then when we thought of settling down in Mumbai,
Mm,
he got an offer in Delhi again. So back to Delhi
yeah.
and settled and happy here now.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So you're a complete Delhi girl, and that works out for you. So, is
Yeah.
there any aspect of relationship coaching that you like? A lot of do marital, things people do, couples counseling or other things. So, is there a certain aspect that you are focusing on?
Actually, I relate more to women. I want to cater to women because I know how it feels, how know where they're coming from.
Mm,
So I focus on women, but obviously it needs a couple counseling as well at times. So I speak to the husband as well. But I try and always start with women because I know I can work better with them
mm,
than males. No offense to
yeah.
males. They are wonderful males. I have one in my life, and there are so many nice gentlemen out there. But because I resonate more with women, so I start with them. And if need be, I talk to both as a couple as well. So right now I'm only doing one-to-one counseling.
So, what kind of age group does come to you of women? I mean, is it usually the middle-aged ones or the younger ones? I'm interested.
Actually, I got all of them in such small span of time. I
Yeah.
would say I've spoken to somebody as young as 25 years,
Okay.
and somebody who's married for around 15 years or 16 years. So
Yeah.
that's the span I got. But yeah, I get more married women, married for 1 year, 2 year, more in the early marriages. Because
What
I
kind of
think
issues intrigue you? Because when women come with it, you must be thinking that, it's such a lovely woman and such a nice person, but it's so intriguing that she's going through something like this, isn't it?
yeah, I know the good part is, or the bad part is, Mandeep, I have seen so much in such span time, such short span. And I should say I have seen the rainbows and I've seen the shades of gray. There was one lady who was in an extramarital affair.
Mm,
The partner was married. She
mm,
knew this
mm.
and she is doing it knowingly. But then she has that basic problem of getting jealous when the partner is not with her. I was like, "Ki,
You know that.
people are doing things knowingly. They know what they are into. So my thing is, I whatever help I can, because for me, she needs to be at peace. She needs to understand that this is something which is a part of package you are in. You have to understand, so I just work them through, and in the end when they come back and tell me, this helped and
Mm.
I am feeling better, that's a win for me.
It's
I was like,
very tough actually because she's your client and you can't get judgmental on her that
absolutely.
and infidelity is not something that you would endorse. I mean, I think this is something if your friend comes and says that this is what I'm doing and you would say, listen, this is wrong. But if your client comes and you don't know where to begin,
Right. And
sometimes find
I don't want to judge her, I don't want to tell her you are not doing the right thing.
yeah.
And people ask me for advice also, you think I should do this, you think I should not do this, but I never advise them. That's my thumb rule. I cannot. It's your life. I
Mm.
discuss with them both scenarios. I take them through that this will happen, this will not happen. Now it's your choice. And I leave it to them because it's their life in the end. And I really don't want them to come back to me and tell me, you told me to do this, and that is why. So that's my basic thumb rule. I don't advise them on what to do. I just discuss everything and let them decide in the end. And I support whatever decision
You're a
they
very
take.
strong one. I would have said, "ये तुम गलत कर रही हो." Somewhere, I'm so glad I'm not a relationship coach because I might end up, a little part of, as I get older, a little part of you ends up coming out somewhere. So in a corporate and leadership thing, it's simple. But when you get into a relationship issues, and this happens, and I'm sure when my daughter grows and shares things with me, I'm going to find that my concept of relationship, even if it is, and there are times when she says that, what do you mean? I have lived 25 years with both of you. I know what are the things you fight on, and you understand that she understands the issues. But
Absolutely.
that
Yeah.
is challenging, Shruti. Hats off to you that you are able to manage that
I
school of yours.
I even lost a client this way, Mandeep, because she was looking for tell me yes or no. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't. And then she never came back to me. But that's fine because, you just cannot take a decision for somebody else. That's not your place to do that. It's them who has to understand and then decide.
How tough is it to see the pain when somebody says that, my partner or somebody I know is
Oh,
trust me? Trust is such a important word, and it seems to be dying in this society, whether it is between friends, whether it is
it
between
is.
employee and employer or anybody. I think trust is is a shortage of commodity like trust. So what do you think?
Absolutely. With this time, it is crazy, it's not even only about partners. It's about, I would say, siblings, friends, even corporate world, colleagues. It's like crazy. It's so less. With the time getting faster, trust is getting diminished. And I am anyway doing a trust series this week in my reels. I don't know if you have seen that or not, but it's a whole week. I'm only talking about trust, how we can build it, what small things we can do. So it is a requirement. And especially the young people who come to me, who are planning to get married and they just don't trust anybody, especially the younger generation. They don't trust anybody. They said, Ki, how can you say that, you can start your life and with time, things will build on? No, no, I want whether the things are there or not, then only I'll get married. And
That's true.
because they don't want to take those chances. They are in a rush. Everything is going so fast these days. You would notice people are not watching long form videos. They're just watching reels. So
Few seconds and the attention span is just totally
gone. So the current generation, they have very less time and less patience. And the only thing they need is little bit of patience and the honesty is the thing which will build the trust. People say something and they don't mean it. They don't actually implement it. I think that's the biggest gap, whatever generation it is. Just say what you mean and mean what you say. I think that's the base. If you
Do you
do that,
feel that women are more sorted today and at least know what they want as compared to a women of, say, 2 decades back?
they are more sorted, but they are very confused too.
Oh, yes, that is true. At least even a
Because of
woman.
so much information, now so much information is available everywhere, they are getting so confused. They are in love, but they are not sure whether they should take it to the next level.
Okay.
They are in relationship for good 4 years, but still the trust is missing because they are not sure whether they know the person well enough. So they know what they need in a partner, but they don't know if this partner is right for them because they are still very confused deep inside. So with
So they
lot
come
of
to you.
information,
I
yeah,
know. Come to
it's
you to say, help me sort this thoughts or.
yeah. So I think having a coach or somebody professional, makes it simple and doable for you. That's what I missed in my life, and I think that is what this younger generation especially needs, to somebody to help them sort things and make them simple for them, because that's so much for them.
So where do you go to get, sorted yourself or understand what is your, way of going about and
Yeah.
learning about these things and the
I
processes?
just I just sit in peace for good 10-15 minutes, Madi, because I think that is something which is missing in all of our life these days with so fast facing lives. I just sit and lock my door and just stay there and do nothing. Because at times I get that negativity from so many problems and issues, because
So much of other people's, yes.
yeah, you're
Yes.
bound to have that. And I would love to have be able to resolve more issues. So I don't want them to not come to me. But at times you have to take that out. So I do little meditation. I just sit calmly and without anything. That helps.
That's lovely. I want to go ask you one question, which is something which I have always wondered about. There are a lot of stories all the time, and people, men who are philanderers and women, and there is one thing which people always ask you to forgive or not to forgive, right? That
Yeah,
is that is the
that's a big
question.
question.
If somebody comes to you, what is your usual answer on this? I know every case is different, but what would your
Yeah.
be?
So I don't tell them to forgive or not, but I do tell them uh, it's worth giving another chance to your relationship, because to break a relationship, it takes only a couple of seconds. You can just say something bad and it's gone. But to make it work, you need to maybe work harder. So if you can, if it's a case of abuse or something, I will never encourage them to, think about it again. But
Hmm.
in case it's something like you are not able to put a finger on it, there are issues, but you are not able to see the root cause of the problem, then I would suggest them to take it one more try and work with me throughout so that you don't do that mistake again. And
But if
at
it is
times,
infidelity or something, because the hurt is so much, and
oh,
they always say that, how will I get the trust back again? And what if the other person is not so
yeah,
committed and putting so much effort into it? And sometimes there are children involved, so your heart goes into
yeah. So, yeah, one lady came to me. She was with two children, and it was a case of infidelity. And she was like, I don't know if I should give him another chance. Is it really worth it? Because it was a love marriage. And I told her it's very difficult. I know it. I cannot decide it for you. But if and she was not sure to leave him anyway because kids are involved. She was not financially independent. So I said I would only want you to give it another chance just for your kids and yourself, not for him, not for him, but for yourself. And then be financially independent and take that step. Then, if you have to be with him and use that time to make yourself independent, I think it's all worth it. But your focus should not be for him. Your focus is towards yourself, making yourself financially independent and take that decision so that you can, put an example in front of your kids, because your kids will only learn from you and your partner. And you have to come out as a strong lady in front of them. So use this time for yourself and then decide and then come out of this relationship.
No, and I can imagine. Still, it must be so, so difficult, and my heart
Yeah.
to it. And at least in some of the other countries, I know there are several support groups of people like that and women who support each other. But half the time, people don't want to be part of it, so other people do not know. And I think this is something uh, people have to fight and come out of this transformation themselves, because it is a very, very tough story, and you don't know,
Yeah. What is it actually happening till the time people don't come out and tell you.
yeah. So how do you
So,
manage this long distance relationship?
oh my God. Thankfully, my husband is very, very supportive. In case I just, I used to panic a lot initially. How will I do this? I have never done that, all on my own. And he was like, I am here on, thankfully, due to internet and video calls and, it's actually manageable. So he is there for me whenever I need. He tries to do things from there also if I am unable to. And I'm a pro. So not that we don't have arguments or differences, we do, but we deep down we both know that we love each other so much, then
Mm.
it's absolutely not worth it. Any problem, we take some time out, we just don't speak for a while and uh, think about good times. That actually helps when you go back to old memories when you were in love. And so I think that actually always boosts me up and to go back and do it better.
That's true. That is true.
So that's how.
Tell me, what is your success mantra?
Oh, there is no success mantra as such, but I would say when it comes to relationships, I always say to my clients also, it's like, it's like plant. You have to nurture it with time, love, care, and understanding.
Mm.
Like plants need air, water, and so That's when you will put all these things regularly, it will start giving you flowers.
Lovely.
So
Lovely.
patience and love, I think, can conquer everything.
Thank you so much, Shruti. We've had this chat, but I should love to tell everyone out there that Shruti is going to contribute a couple of times a month and share some of these beautiful thoughts with all of you about relationships. We have a few other women who've been part of this and sharing with us, so it'll be a great thing if they can write about it to you as well and comment on some of the things, because the idea is to have lovely discussions and conversation starters in the group of usual issues that people go through. And if people see you more often, I hope that
Right.
these things can be discussed. And usually, when we do those panel discussions and all, you will see some of them. Thank you,
Yeah.
Shruti. We hope to stay connected with you. And very well
Yeah.
summed up that love and patience and nurturing is what makes a relationship go far. And we
Yeah.
hope to all of everybody who is in WIP and watching Shruti that we keep these little tips in mind to keep the magic and the fizz in our relationships going. And we will keep going back to this lady here and asking her to share more.
My honor. Thank you so much, Mandeep, for having me. And I hope everybody have beautiful relationships.
Yes. Thank you so much. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye. Hi, I am Shruti Singh. I am a relationship coach for women. In case you are feeling that you need to speak to somebody about any of your relationship issues, please contact me, get back to me, and I'll be happy to help you. Looking forward. Thank you.